Koenji is a gymnastic. Yo, what's up, TFM Nation? It's me, the Devil Monster here again. We're back with another Classroom Daily Season 4 breakdown analysis. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep it short just like last time because not many people watch this video anyways. I'm not gonna bring up the light novel that much, so, yeah. Episode 14, The Extraordinary Prodigy. And right off the bat, it pisses me off, Crunchyroll, because of this shit. It's not even a fucking recap, and it's almost a week now since this episode aired, and they're still not taking this out, similarly to what happened to ReZero. They've done this in the past as well with Clash of the Elite, and many times as well in ReZero. So yeah, Crunchyroll does hate both series that much, huh? So yeah, they fucked up subtitles as well for Clash of the Elite. And then some fans blame Lurch for it, even though it wasn't Lurch's doing. It was mostly Crunchyroll's fucking terrible subtitle. Let's jump right into Volume 4. This adapted pretty much, everything that I thought it would, and it was only like there's only a couple of cuts here and there and shortened dialogues, but it is what it is. Many light novel readers still don't get the reason why they shorten stuff, because me and my friend actually chatted about this earlier. I told her that many anime fans are giving up on Clash of the Elite because of how boring it has gotten, and I don't blame them because of the build-up. Just like similarly what happened to Steins Gate. The first half was just boring establishment. So yeah, even my friend kind of gave up halfway. And yeah, because she stopped at episode 12, even though episode 12 was amazing, she said that she knows that episode 13 and 14 are probably just another form of establishment. And then I told her that, yeah, it is pretty much. So, yeah. And then I told her that last two episodes, which is, this week's episode 15 and 16 next week, will be peak fight scenes, action scenes, the payoff of everything that has, been built up to this point. So yeah, man, just light novel readers, they kept on saying, yeah, it's terrible, they shortened scenes, yada yada yada, but what they don't realize is that many fans are losing interest now because of how boring it is. There you have it, light novel readers. Enjoy, because community loses more interest in Clash of the Elite. We're gonna lose a lot, and definitely not getting more anime adaptation, and the series might be discontinued. Like, literally, legit. So let's jump right into Clash of the Elite Season 4, Episode 14, The Extraordinary Prodigy. And, yeah, I mean, this is fine. Like, not much I can say about this, because not that much. Because yeah, they only cut out the narrations and then shortened some stuff. There you go. And yeah, Kiriyama just being confident, yada yada. But yeah, that's pretty much what they've cut out essentially. And then yeah, we proceed with this scene, and I'm actually surprised that this episode has a lot of good compositing. Even Sinchi agreed. Surprisingly, that he agreed as well. I during the stream I was like, damn, there's so many good shots, good compositing in this episode that I, just was so mesmerized by it. And then Sinchi, during his reaction as well, he was like, yeah, the compositing is really good this episode. Like this one's really good. I love how the shots that are like this, the sunlight is just at the back and then shadows looming in front. So yeah, it's really nice, good compositing shots. And then yeah, I mean, what can I say for the Koenji fight? It's really good. So yeah, if you were wondering about the the short sleeper thing, all right, I did my research even years ago when I first read Volume 4. I did my research. Yes, short sleeper is indeed true. All right, it's scientifically proven. All right, like there's only like 1 to 3% in the population that or only has this rare short sleeper thing. where they are perfectly healthy, or when they're perfectly healthy, when they just take a short nap, short sleep. So yeah, it's like they already have slept for like 8 hours or so. Like it feels that way. They feel so refreshed. They feel so healthy. That's what short sleeper is. So yeah, that's why it's a real thing. All right, don't spout saying that, oh, it's BS, it's bullshit, he's lying. Even if he is lying, that's actually true. You know, short sleeper is indeed a fact. Go do your research. That's actually true. All right. It's a given fact by science, and yeah, you won't be able to adapt it. Only it's not something you'll be able to adapt. It's something that you basically have naturally. So yeah, I don't have it. All right, I need my sleep. All right, but usually I get 6 hours now. But since I heard 4 hours. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, short sleeper. Yep, and then got a lot of good shots as well. Even though they're funny, look at it. There's a lot of good shots here and there, and the compositing, like you can actually tell that the sheer dominance of Koenji in this shot. So yeah, it's just Koenji aura farming, Kiriyama being, just acting cool and such. And then this part, all right, this is the part where some people were like saying that, oh yeah, this action was like, like they wanted more creativity. They don't know how creative that fight scene of Koenji is, which I'll dive into later. But this one, like I said, these kinds of shots are really, really good. They gave Kiriyama so much aura in this episode, which I'm fairly surprised. The camera shake there was normal, but I criticized this during my live stream in the discussion analysis. This one was too much. Like the camera shake here, it feels choppy, and it wasn't really necessary. It's only if you make the shake like just a tiny bit, but not like this much. So yeah, because there's not much going on in this scene. It's just Kiriyama and Mikitani just having an argument, and his brain dead ass thinks that, oh yeah, I can beat Koenji, we can beat Koenji. I want to get praise from Nagumo. So yeah, that's how stupid he is. So yeah. Anyway, that's why I feel like the camera shake isn't necessary in this scene, because it doesn't feel psychological at all. So yeah, there's no point in adding that camera shake, even though it might have been bland if they made it static. But with that, quick pan up, there you go, quick pan up, it's fine. And then make it static or shake it a little bit, but not this much. There's so much shake here. That's what I criticize. All right, as a filmmaker, I feel like that's a bit too much. So yeah, in certain scenes it works because of psychological elements and action elements, but in this one, no, it didn't work for me. But hey, at least they experimented on it. They didn't make it boring. It worked. Let's discuss about this fight. All right. Yeah, third gear's being stupid. Anyway, Koenji mogging them. Koenji cooking them, saying, "Oh yeah, you guys are ganging up on me, huh? So you're basically admitting that you guys are ganging up on me. A a second year student under you. Huh? I see. Wouldn't that merely cement your disgrace? So yeah, that's why they got cooked so hard. Look at their face." Dumb as fuck. All right, let's dive right into the fight scene. Now, many people say, all right, let's hear this.
Time is money.
Time is money. Time is gold. Anyway, many people criticize this fight scene. And I even heard some people say that in the PV, they were like, why is it a slideshow? It wasn't really a slideshow. What? It's normal for anime to do this. Like, even popular anime does this. This kinds of action. There you go. Boom. And then this. Boom. That's normal. And then they only did it twice. After that, long shot. This is a film technique. And I'll give you an example. And I briefly referenced it on my review on my community and on Anime Oshi, which, by the way, if you haven't, go sign up on the link in the pinned up comment that I have. So yeah, I did say that this reminds me of Superman and Lois's action scene. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's this fight scene from Superman and Lois season 2 episode 6. So if you guys don't know Bizarro Superman, it's basically like the reverse Superman in another world. Everything is in reversed or mirrored, even the way they speak. From the real world. So anyway, don't know about that. Anyway, this is the fight scene. Boom. It's a film technique where it's just static, like there's no like movements in the camera, like it's just there, and with just wheels on it. There's like a track there, like a train track side, kind of, sort of, and then it just moves left and right, like, or just moving it like this. So it's a film technique where it kind of shows where you're in my way. If it's shot like how it is here, the feeling of entrapment. It's like he's boxed in by soldiers. All right. And that's what Bizarro Superman is doing. Basically, what happened with Superman as well in another shot, mirroring this entire sequence. So, yeah, he's fighting back, and then you can see the shake there. So yeah, that's just a level of impact. Just how Classroom Daily is doing. So yeah, you guys don't know why, but see this? Boom, boom, boom. Like those kinds of shake, ground shaking, boom, shaking, shaking, shaking. Whenever they move, right? It tells you the weight, the impact of those punches, those kicks, yada yada. But the way this was shot is kind of similar, but also different from the Superman scene that I showed you. Because it was shot in a long shot, but the way it was shot is basically like it's moving in one direction. It's showing visually that Koenji is basically taking them all on by himself and moving forward without any hesitation. And he's not even troubled by it. He's so composed. That's how confident he is. That's why the shot itself is also confident. That's what it meant. All right. So these are film techniques. I must say, like the way Clash of the Elite is handling the action scenes and the way they handle shots, even with bland, mundane scenes, it's so interesting to look at because this is a psychological thriller anime, right? It's not just heavy action. It's not literally action at all. Clash of the Elite is never action. It's just drama, psychological, and thriller. But some actions here and there, just like this. But the way they're doing action scenes is really impressive as well. It's so creative, just like how they do mundane scenes. Very average, very normal scenes. So, yeah, Koenji is a gymnastic. Love that scene. Many people didn't appreciate it, but don't worry. Lurch, the creative team of the anime, I love it. This scene, I do appreciate. As a filmmaker, it's so hard to do. You have to rehearse that in film, all right? So it's really hard to pull that off. But the way it was shown in the anime as well is so creative. It basically reminds me of how grounded Clash of the Elite is, even though sometimes it's exaggerating things. But you can tell those artistic choices, creative decisions are so grounded as well. The way they handle things is the way they handle artistry in a grounded way. The way they do eagle eye shots, like it's insane how many times they've done this. So I don't know if Lurch or Clash of the Elite production team or Kinugasa Sensei, whoever might hear this, yeah, I don't know if they'll ever hear my yap, but hey, I'm just expressing how much I appreciate the way they're doing this and the way they make creative decisions for this anime is super rare to find in an anime like Clash of the Elite. A series like Clash of the Elite where many fans are so toxic to the point where, oh, light novel better, yada yada yada. Let's jump right into the Hiyori scene. I'm so glad Best Girl is back. It's just your average normal day. And yeah, really one thing that I also appreciate, like I said, are the shots. All right. The landscape shots. Look at this. The sea. The shot of the sea. The compositing here is really good. This one, okay. Crunchyroll, what? What is this? That's why I was like, huh? But then I heard Hosen say, buki. So that means weapon. That's why when they made the Nanasa shot, I was like, oh. Good thing they kept that in. It was also mentioned in the light novel, so yeah. Oh, they're sexualizing nonsense. No, 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 no. Light novel has done that many times. Sorry, you're not in Ayanokoji's head. Are you just LARPing, my dear friend? Are you LARPing? Are you a LARPer? This one as well. I'm really impressed how they also create new character designs just for these background characters. Again, another eagle-eyed shot. This already happened in season 4, episode 4, the Ayanokoji Hosen scene, stab scene. And yeah, I'm really impressed how they're making things so creative. This is basically like a drone shot, you know? This is basically just Hosen, Nanase, Tsubaki, and Utamiya planning things to expel Ayanokoji in the exam. And fun fact, they moved the scenes. They made the Hiyori scene first before this scene. So yeah, I'm glad they did that because if anything, if they have done this and then go back to this and then Nanase appearing, you get what I mean. Do you visualize it? And then they added an anime original scene to make it seem like Hosen is intimidating and very, very terrifying. That's not a fucking stone, bro. That's a bullet. The way Hosen threw that rock is a fucking bullet. What the fuck, man? Poor guy. Because this never happened in the light novel. Bro pissed his pants. I feel bad. But, you know, it's actually like it's so they're adding more layer to Hosen's character. They're adding more horrifying, scary scenes for Hosen just to make him seem like he is someone that you don't want to mess with. So, yeah, they've done this in the previous like first few episodes already. You know, adding anime original scenes to make it seem like Hosen is very intimidating. So yeah, this is honestly impressive because in the light novel, it was only Hosen glaring at the student. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, and then he's scared. That's it. See, like obviously we know how scary he is when it comes to glaring, but the anime added more tension. So I'm glad they decided to do that. You know, feels bad for the student though. More Hiyori scenes. I saved up a lot of Hiyori scenes anyway. You guys don't want to know that. And then Ishizaki, yeah, basically, uh-huh. Right. I see what you did there, Kinugasa Sensei. Because I know Kinugasa Sensei, whenever he writes a story, whenever he writes the volume of Flash Medley, he also takes inspiration in the anime because that was his previous works, you know. So that's what he's doing. That's why he's enjoying the anime. And I'm glad because I, as a fan, am enjoying myself with the anime and the light novels. They toned down the scene a bit here with Tsubaki. They cut out a few. It's basically Tsubaki saying that, oh yeah, after we expel Ayanokoji Senpai, let's take down a couple of second and third years for them to drop out in the bottom 5. That's what they're planning, or at least what Tsubaki is planning. So yeah, it's basically showing that Tsubaki is someone that's like an Ayanokoji thing. I've said this before in episode 7 of season 4, alright? Like, I'm highlighting that episode because that right there is like my favorite establishment episode because of how much details were put into that episode. Where, you know, those subtle hints and subtle details that you will have missed, all right? And then if you go back to it, there you were gonna be like, oh, yeah, you can see how Tsubaki is looking at Utamiya. She's basically saying, watch your words. So yeah, she's basically looking or observing Utamiya's actions and words. So yeah, basically the mastermind. So it's like the dynamic, like I said, the dynamic of Ayanokoji and Suzume. So yeah, that's why I'm really glad the anime is basically doing so many hints in the visual aspects. It's a show not tell aspect, which I'm pretty sure light novel readers don't know because all they know is reading, spoon feeding. So yeah, the reason why I'm saying shortened dialogues are important in an adaptation, it's because in the books you're reading it, in when you watch it, you're watching it and you also hear them. You're paying attention to what you hear, what they're talking about, the dialogues, but you also have to pay attention visually what you're seeing. All right? It's not like the book where you only get to read. So that's why I appreciate the hints in the anime. So yeah. Anyway, another amazing shot here with Tsubaki. So yeah, like the way they handle these kinds of shots, I actually, in episode 15, I kind of want this shot again in the Ayanokouji aura moment. But let's see how they handle it. Anyway, there's a hint here that I already mentioned in my reaction that Yagami broke his watch twice. All right, very convenient of you, Yagami, to have your watch break twice now. Yeah, that's a hint. And then yeah, Tsubaki has the same table tablet, and then another amazing shot of Utamiya, and then a clown fest dialogue of Utamiya. Yes, he did say this in the light novel. Don't worry. Oh, but I don't remember Utamiya saying that. Are you guys LARPers? Just like what happened with the Hosen scene in episode 7. I don't remember Hosen acting this cringe. Bro, read the light novel again. He is that cringe. You see what I'm saying? You see how many LARPers there are in do you see how many LARPers there are in our community? Like it's so bad. Anyway, get out of our series. And then yeah, they decided to actually hype up the scene, and then they didn't adapt the dialogue of Tsubaki saying they're gonna bring down a couple of second and third years to the bottom 5 so that the class or the first year classes are saved. So yeah, I mean it was pretty much told here in the Hosen Nanase Tsubaki Utamiya scene, and then Ayanokoji ending it there. It's time to make my move. So yeah, they basically kind of adapted all the way to technically 6.1. They adapted all the way to 6.1. You can see how many there are dialogues and narrations. It's not monologue, it's narration, all right? See here and then this. So yeah, they kind of ended it here in 6.2. So yeah. Anyway, I think that pretty much sums up this video. I know it's so long. Like I said, I wasn't gonna do a long video because nobody watches this anyway. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you all appreciate this video once again of my analysis breakdown. I know I'm pretty sure I missed a couple here and there because I wanted to condense this video because of attention span and not many people watching it because they're gonna be thrown off of how long and lengthy the video is. So yeah. Anyway, that is it for this video. Hope you all enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am really excited for the next episode because it's Ryuin's moment and the Yanokoji's moment. And yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. And then first after this, leak. We'll wait for the leak. Anyway, see you guys then. Peace out.